I'm making a meatloaf, and this is my family's favorite meatloaf recipe. I'm starting with 1 1/2 pounds of ground chuck. I prefer not to use regular 80/20 ground beef because it just has too much grease in it. So to that, I'm going to add about half of an onion chopped up, and half of a green bell pepper chopped. The bell pepper is optional. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. And 1 cup of seasoned breadcrumbs. If you don't have seasoned crumbs, you can use 1 cup of regular breadcrumbs and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. One cup of milk, 1 egg, a teaspoon of salt, and a pinch of black pepper. Now the easiest way to mix this is just to get in there with your clean hand. I've tried using a spoon. It just doesn't work as well as plain old hand. My aunt was mixing something together like this when I was little, and I was watching her, and she said, "Does that make you sick?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, you'll be a good cook then." I don't know how good of a cook I am, but I do like to cook. I like to eat, and my family seems to enjoy what I cook. I haven't had any complaints yet, and as far as I know, no one has ended up sick after eating something that I cooked for them. Okay, that's mixed pretty well. You can see there that it's combined. So now I'm going to put it in my baking dish. I've got my baking dish here that I have sprayed with cooking spray. I'm going to put my meatloaf mixture in it. Now, I don't use a loaf pan. I like to spread it out a little bit so that it cooks quicker. If I use a loaf pan, sometimes I have a hard time getting it done in the middle. So I just spread it out here in a baking dish. And now I go around the edges and put a little gap in between the meat and the dish, because I'm going to make a sauce to put over top of it. And I want the sauce to run down the sides as well as cover the top. All right, now I'm going to make the sauce for the meatloaf. To make the sauce for the meatloaf, I've got 2/3 cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Now, I'm going to whisk those together to get them combined real well. And this makes a really good barbecue sauce too. So now I'm going to pour this over the meatloaf. I'm going to make sure some of it runs down the sides. Get it all covered evenly as I can. Now I'm going to put this in my oven and bake it at 350 degrees for about an hour. The meatloaf is done. Now my favorite way to serve it is with mashed potatoes and peas. And I like to slice up leftover cold meatloaf and make a sandwich out of it, just like luncheon meat. Hot or cold, it's good either way.